Good morning, people. Welcome back to the grumpy old git in the corner on a beautiful Good Friday. Apologise for the sun reflections here, but I'm not going to block as much of that out as I'd like to, because it's just absolutely gorgeous out there. Right, well, yeah, Friday. Normally it's a live or a video, being as I did a live last week. This week I'm doing a video. There you go. But I was looking yesterday about, and there was a couple of interesting interviews. One was on the radio and the other was a TV interview with Mark Rowley answering questions on one of the radio channels, and Little Dictator Khan of London doing a TV interview. I mean, this was all about what these pair of weapon grade twats have been doing about the corruption in the Met. Still no mention of the police forces around the rest of the country, but we know they're all as bad. Yeah, Rowley, now one caller, a female, asked why people in the Met were still being discouraged from reporting any wrongdoing. Apparently she was ex-Met. She was drummed out the force because a lot of this abuse, narcissistic, arsehole, whatever. But she was actually pensioned out of the force on medical grounds because of the abuse she suffered. A little bit more about that later. But he couldn't answer that. He could not give her a direct answer. Even when she said why she'd reported this to the new corruption team and they'd told her to forget it. Yeah, that's about right for a minute. But a number that came out was that this is nowhere near the amount that need looking into, but there was apparently 689 out of 1,000 cases will be reviewed. Only 1,000 cases. Ooh, me thinks there's probably a lot more than that. Anyway, he said he was going to deal with this. But then he openly said they were taking investigators and officers away from serious crime investigations, like organised crime, anti-terrorism, all to do this. Well, that's a bright move, isn't it, you knob? You said you didn't have enough people to cope with it. Well, let me throw this one out there. If you want these people to be investigated properly and the paperwork to be going through, give it to some members of the public. They'll give you a better view of what's going on. But then Little Dictator Khan, always an evil little bastard, this one, isn't he? According to him, he's been complaining and bringing this up for a long, long time. Really? Now, I seem to remember him encouraging these arseholes in uniform to go out during protests and persecute people, stop and search people for no reason, turn a deaf ear to anybody complained about what they were doing. Khan, you need a good memory to be a good liar. You've neither got one or the other. Now, they keep using this excuse. Now, police abusing powers brings this up and says it regular. How can they say they can't get rid of them when other forces around the country can? Why not in London? And then the statement from both of them right at the end was, "We need more money." Well, you little twats, here's a one for you. Here's a couple of ideas. Stop falsely arresting people. Stop abusing people's rights. Stop harassing people for no reason. Stop pushing people into causing an offence. Use the law. Don't make your own up. What would you get then? Well, certainly you would save hundreds of thousands on the amount of compo that you have to pay out to members of the public to cover your corruption. You have to pay all of those that you've wronged out of your budget. How much is that going to save? How much would it save if you didn't pay compo to your little woke officers who claim compensation because they've been called a hurty word or they've had their ego pushed back? Because that's all they are, is ego driven. They're right, we're wrong. In many cases, no, it's the other way round. Every time these assholes open their mouths, they add fuel to the fire that's raging against them at the moment. And not just from women and kids, as they seem to target in all this bullshit. Anyway, changing the subject, quick one before I finish today. As you know, I spent a lot of my life in Cornwall, in particular Newquay, and I still have friends down there. I've had one or two get in touch with me yesterday. This was before it got released, that they were actually busing some of the illegal arriving passengers, I've got to call them now. Because, yeah, because of the woke. But they're being bussed out of the town. Coaches were picking them up. Absolutely fine. They're calling this a victory. For Newquay, it is. But the problem is, they're just moving that problem to somewhere else in the country. I have heard that it's going to be the East Coast rather than the West Coast. But that remains to be seen. I haven't seen any reports of where they're actually going. So, but yeah, they're just moving the problem around. Right, guys, well, as this is a beautiful day, I'm going to kick back and enjoy it from now on. I probably will be about on Discord, Facebook, and I will answer comments on the video. But I'm actually going to kick back and just chill out today. So, without ado, don't forget Sunday is open public live, as long as Pap's awake enough to do it. He's having some issues, not just tech issues, he's having health issues as well at the moment. But hopefully we'll see you there on Sunday. I will be there. Causing mayhem as usual. But anyway, guys, have a lovely Easter weekend. Please don't overeat it on the chocolate. I know I probably will, but the advice is don't. And it's a family time, so spend times with your families if you've got some. Treat the kids. And just have a wonderful weekend. Just forget about all the shit that's going on in the country. Just for a couple of days. But until I meet again, as always, stay safe. Stay strong. To anybody that tries to ruin your weekend. Respect, people.